Hi everybody, this is Tracy from Lavinia Stamps. I'm just going to show you some of our new acrylic paints that we're using with our stencils at the moment. I've got a little bit excited and ordered a whole range of colour because I'm so pleased with the results. Also, we've got some finger daubers in, which I had a go with the other week and I really liked using them, to be honest. I've used them with the acrylic paint. As you can see, I've started using these, and I've also been using them with the alcohol inks on the gel press. The other thing that we've got new in is our Stencilled card. So it comes in cream and it comes in white. I'll put these to the side, and then we'll have a play with our stencils and new acrylic paints. I've got about 20 new colours in front of me, and it's a case of deciding which ones we're going to be using today. I'm always drawn to a bit of green, so let's go with the sage, and let's go with sand, sage and sand. I haven't tried that colour combination before. In fact, I haven't really tried any of these colours. So I'm going to have a go now and let's see what we get. So these are quite neutral colours. So I'm going to need my brayer. As you can see, I've kept this one for my acrylic paints. I've given up on trying to clean it, and I'm just keeping it for acrylic paint. Because I keep forgetting to clean it, and it just eventually it'll just build up and up, so you can actually peel that whole acrylic sheet sort of off your brayer. But I'm not at that stage yet. But it doesn't stop you brayering, even with all this sort of gunk on it. It doesn't make any difference to the finished piece at all. So I'm just going to blend that on, and you can see I get a nice smooth finish, so it really doesn't affect the paint on the gel press at all. So I'm getting a nice thin layer, and now I'm going to pick one of our stencils. Let's take this one. I'm going to pop that over. Now, I know that some of you had mentioned about putting a piece of card over the top. Yeah, certainly you can do that, and you can get a really nice impression from that as well at this stage. So I'll just show you now. It'll be very different to the end result. There you go. So you can work on that, you can add things to it, you can add another colour over the top. I mean, why not use the some Distress Oxides, bray that over the top, you know, have a play. But yes, by all means you can take a print off the gel press at this stage if you want. I tend to run the brayer over because it takes all the paint out of those little areas, those little intricate areas. Okay, I'll pop that to the side, and maybe we can work with that a little later. So now I'm going to pick another colour to go over the top of this. So we picked these two colours, so I need to think about what we're going to put over the top. So maybe let's be a bit daring and go with Electric Violet. Okay, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of that down, pick that up with my brayer and take that over the top. And again, I'm going to pick another colour. This is Peacoat. I'm going to pop a little bit down, and then you can either use one of these daubers that I've got here, or you can use your smoothies, so it's entirely up to you. And I'm just going to add a little bit more colour to this. You know, it's just about experimenting with your colours and all your mediums on the gel press, and you'll be amazed at what you get from it. Now, because the dauber's quite hard, it means I can apply a bit of pressure over the top. And this kind of gives you a different effect by applying a bit more pressure. Again, just experiment with that. And hopefully when I pull the print off, I will explain more. That's hoping it'll work out. Anyway, we never know, do we? We really don't know properly. And then when we get a really beautiful result, it's remembering how to recreate it. That's the key. That's why it's always good to have a pen and paper handy, so that you can actually jot it down. You know, the colours you've used, the technique you've used. You know, record it. It's really good to have that there then. So I'm just going to put a little bit more pressure on and take some of that ink back off again. So I've got quite a lot of colour going on there. So let's clean my brayer ready now. And then we're going to take that off. I'm going to bob that in some water that I've got here on the side. Because it's acrylic paint, you need to clean it with water straight away, really. Otherwise you'll get a layer of paint over the top. It doesn't harm the stencils, but they become harder, as in not as flexible to use. Okay, so we've got our lovely background there. So now I'm going to think about a colour to go over the top to lift it. And I think we're going to go with blush. So let's give it a go. I'm being a bit random here with my colours. As I say, I've not tried these before, but we'll soon find out whether they all work together. So just pop a little down. You don't need a lot, because we just want a really thin layer to be able to lift it. Make sure you've covered it all. And it's so thin I can see the pattern come through on that. So now we're ready to pop the card down over the top. We need to work at a reasonable speed with this, because if it dries out on your gel press, you won't get the print. It will just stay stuck on your gel press. And if that happens, don't worry, you just need to add another layer of paint and be a little bit quicker and put your card over the top, and then it will lift the whole thing. Okay, that should be done. So let's have a look what we've got. Wow, that's fabulous. Okay, so we've got a hint of the green in the back there. We've got definitely the sage going breaking through in areas. We've got that lovely electric violet over the top, and then the pea coat, which gives us the depth. And you know, when I was pushing the dauber, yeah, in the pea coat, and I was pushing that through the stencil, you can just see it almost outlines all that intricate detail with a very dark colour. So it really does make it pop. It pulls that image out, makes it three-dimensional. And then we've lifted that then with the blush, which complements that really well. So I'm really pleased with that. Okay, so we're back with our card. Now it's all lovely and dry. I'm going to trim this down. Now I feel that this doesn't actually need an awful lot doing to it. I just love the effect that it's given us, so I'm not going to stamp over the top of this, but I'm going to put a sentiment on. But first I'm going to use some of our foil. This is Wow's fab foil that we sell, and this is copper. So if you take a look on the website, you'll see that there. We do lots of different colours, but it's quite a nice way of bringing a little bit of detail into something like this. So I'm using my glue pen, and all I'm going to do is just think about this. I just draw a few lines around the edge of where we've got our buds. So you can see I'm going just all around the edge of that real intricate design. Of course, you can put your glue wherever you want. I'm just using the outline to follow with the pen. I haven't actually experimented with the foil for a long time now, but it's good to pick these things back up, isn't it, to remind ourselves, you know, what we've got in our cupboards, and every now and again just pull them out and have another go, because we've all got some, probably all of us have got some amazing products stashed away in our cupboards that we don't use, and I'm as guilty as everyone else on that. Just takes a little bit of time, this. Now I'm not too worried about covering this area here, simply because I'm going to put a sentiment there. Now if you angle that, you can just see where your glue pen has been. So just check it over, see if there's any areas that you've missed. But as I say, don't worry, because if once you put the foil on and you see more areas that you've missed, just go back to your glue pen, fill it in and put your foil on. Okay, so I'm going to leave that to dry tacky now. When it comes out, it's blue. When it's ready for the foil to go over the top, it dries clear, but it's still very tacky, so it means the foil will stick to it. Okay, so I'm popping that to the side. Won't take long, just 5 minutes, and in the meantime we're going to stamp our sentiment. Okay, so I'm going to use Twilight, and this is our Words of Faith stamp. So I'm inking up. I'm going to take a little off and then we'll stamp in the middle. Okay, I'm going to trim that right down to the edge now. Tight as I can get it, only because I don't want to lose the background. And then we'll take our monarch and a smoothie, and we're going to use this colour just to complement the purple background that we've got. So I'm going to simply go around the edge. And then I'm going to go in with the twilight and just literally just kiss the edges. Just to give us that really nice sort of distressed look. And there we go. So that's ready now to stick on top. So I'll pop that to the side. We'll go back to our card with the glue on. And then we'll take the foil and just start applying that to the top. Now try to remember it's always that way. I know it's tempting to go that way, I've done it myself, but just remember to place that over the top, okay? And we just smooth over, and hopefully this is dry enough for the foil to stick down. Okay, so I think we've covered all the areas and I'm quite happy with that. I hadn't done everywhere, but do you know what, I'm not too worried. But you can see the foil in that, how it brings it to life. It's a great effect. Just trying to catch it on the camera there. I think you can see that now. Okay, so now we're going to pop our sentiment over the top like so. Okay, so I'm using a little bit of glue here, but of course you can use some of those little square sponges underneath if you want it raised. So I'm just going to pop that down, and then all you'd need to do then is just mount your card onto another card, and I just think that looks fabulous just by itself. Well, I hope you enjoyed the demo, guys. Something a little bit different. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye for now.